All right. Welcome everyone. Fajon, as everyone can see, Fajon was pouting almost immediately because I made him play Fallout 1 this past week, and that has not been the funnest of times. And Alex was being as menacing as possible considering the spooky game is Fallout 1 as well. I'm gonna let
Spooky
him.
game.
Yeah. And to my right here, we have our sound only profile for our special guest, should he wish to chime in. Not necessary, but we know he's there, and that's what matters.
Mhm.
There he is. Now, we're going to go a little out of order in terms of how we want to go talk about it, because I think we need to start at our top tier and move closer to the bottom in terms of experience with this game, because there have already been some very, very funny things that have come up in our talk before we start recording. Now, our expert here, he has beaten Fallout 1. Our expert, Isaiah, has beaten Fallout
Yep.
1, 2, in pretty close succession after, actually, now that I think about it. You played them pretty much back to back.
Yeah.
Mm. And then there's myself. I played a little bit more than Alex when we first tried to play the game. I didn't get very far either, but I still played it a little bit more. And I found the rope without having to look anything up. So immediately, now Alex played a little bit less because he could not find the rope. And that did not go well. Is that accurate? Or am I shorthanding it too much?
I think you're shorthanding it a little too
Okay,
hard.
that's what I figured. But that's
So
all I
I
remember
found the
is
rope.
the rope. Yeah, well, you didn't find it for a while.
It, the first time I played the game, I could not find the fucking rope. And that was before we tried it this time. Now
Yes,
I'm like running around.
I
I'm like
know.
the rope is somewhere in this town. Where was
Oh, you don't
it? It
read
took
and
me all
remember.
about 20 minutes to then I realized, oh, I can hold shift.
Oh, I just bought it off some guy.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, I bartered for it
See,
because
I remembered like you could buy it from
yeah,
someone, and I couldn't remember who it was.
literally the
And
dude at the
but there's
gate.
one that's in the ground
Hey, whatever works.
in
Nope.
that town. You just find one for free.
Now
Yeah.
Feijong.
That.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. That highlight items button is crucial.
Oh, I haven't been using it. I've been using my eagle eyes to notice things as much as possible, including things on the ground. That's how I got a free crowbar, found a hidden locker in a wall, and got a ammo box that was in the cave. Alex, what is that?
It's a nuke, baby.
It's a mini nuke. Oh no! Don't drop that. You're gonna ruin yourself for the show.
All the
You-
reflections, but
Hmm.
it's my Fala anthology bomb.
I can't believe you bought that.
How much was
$60.
it?
It was a great deal.
Oh,
Which ones were in
Inside
it?
of it, the Fallout anthology, it has 1, 2, Tactics, 3, New
Oh,
Vegas, 4, and 76.
is it all
Not Brotherhood though.
I can't believe that's
What's that?
tactics, not Brotherhood.
Nope, we don't
We
count
don't
that
talk
one.
about Brotherhood.
No, we have to talk
We
about
don't talk
Brotherhood.
about.
It has
We
the
don't talk about
coolest power
Brotherhood.
armor.
It does. We know it's tactics. That's my favorite.
Oh, I remember. I think Brotherhood had the really weird ones. Feijong, you go ahead because you've had a time, and I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you go for it.
all right. First off,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the audience knows this. I'm the youngest person here, by a pretty sizable margin.
In
I
order of
was not even
magnitude.
born. I was not even born when this game not only was in the process of being made. I wasn't even close to born when it was released. Okay.
1997, by the way, is when the game came out. For context,
Oh, you try to make me feel. I was 1 year old.
Alex, we
I
all
was
were.
0. So and that said, I also got into games when games were 3D. I have a
This is 3D. What do you mean? There's three sides
Yeah,
to
it's
that
3D.
character.
oh, don't you weren't top down. Don't you do this? I got into games where it was like 3D. I think the first game I've ever played was Dead Island.
Oh my god.
That was the first game I
That's.
ever touched in my life.
I think I hate that
And that game's
answer.
old. You're old.
Yeah, you're old, dude.
Um, who me?
Yeah.
You got old taste. Dead Island first game, so old.
So I already am struggling because like the whole top down thing is not for me. My Zoomer brain can't handle it. But I'm trying for the content because I love you guys. But I'll be damned
Mm-hmm.
if this game makes some bullshit. I for everybody, I want everybody to know I spent 3.5 hours, one and a half of those hours in the rat cave.
Okay, wait, hold on a second. I didn't know that. I thought
You said that earlier.
No, I thought when he said 3.5 in total though. I thought he was like, oh, but
Right.
like
No.
I thought there was a bigger split there between Shady Sands and the Rad Scorpions of just like talking to people. I did
I
not know
spent
you meant an hour and a half in the first cave. That's actually kind of wild.
I spent so much time in that cave trying to figure out how to use my weapons that is embarrassing. And you know, it's even more embarrassing because I still don't know how to do it. And I am stubborn and I am refusing to use any guides. I will die on this hill. I don't care if we're 3 weeks into this playthrough and you guys
So
have already
ridiculous.
beaten it on week one. I will still be playing, if probably trying to figure this out.
All right. And
Not only that, no auto saves. What are we, Neanderthals?
it was
All right,
97. You hit escape.
Bro, we didn't have
you know what?
autosaves
Escape.
back then. We didn't even have memory cards pre-installed.
It's true.
What what was wrong with these people? Like, I don't
Wait,
understand.
hold on. Actually, Fajon,
Go ahead,
I have to. Okay,
go ahead.
you know that little icon that most games use, the floppy
Yeah,
disk. You know what a floppy disk is, right?
kind of, sort of, yes.
Okay.
I've heard of
Now,
the legends.
now you see a floppy disk, Fajon, is what people used to use for data because they had to
Okay,
manually put it on there. What do you think save points were in games? Those weren't like, oh, what a fun little idea to make someone save a game. No, those were just mandatory. Kingdom Hearts 1 has save points. There's no checkpoints in that game. That's a PS2 game.
it,
Hold that.
okay.
Just let that sink in. PS2 era, there weren't like checkpoints. That was rare.
Listen. I touched the PS2
Oh,
because like
whoa.
after
And it sucked all
I
the moisture from my body.
I I had a cousin that still had a running PS2 around the time the PlayStation 4 came out,
Fair enough.
and I turned it on,
Mm-hmm.
and I got the little doo doo, the little magical shit,
Correct.
and it was like some motocross game that I got to run on it or something, and I wanted to try it. That was the most
Motorstorm?
jank shit, probably. That was the most jank shit I ever touched in my life.
There were definitely certain games that one didn't age well in terms of controls, but that's just what they were at the time. You can't really do a whole lot about that. But I don't know. I feel like racing games were not the thing to play on that console.
Oh,
Alex, do you have a question?
I'd like to ask Fajon a question.
Oh, okay, go for
oh
it.
god,
Have you ever owned a Game Boy?
a what?
Exactly.
Owned or played a Game Boy? Hold on, I'm gonna get into something here. Have you ever gone to a Game Boy before?
No, the first Nintendo product, I actually I had a GameCube, but I only played Mario Kart on
Nah,
it.
that's not the same thing.
It's fine. Okay.
That's it.
That's pretty old.
But I am going to bring up this point.
Mm-hmm. That's how you
He
save, by
was.
the way, right there. If you're looking at the game, that's how you save, by the way.
I don't think he understands. There was a time where you couldn't save,
Mm-hmm.
and in order to, like, when you turn the game off and come back, you had to use passwords given to you by the game
All right. First of all, that
in
didn't
order
start
for
on
it
a
to
Game
load
Boy, but
levels.
sure.
Yeah,
No,
the
but I'm
NES.
like, yeah, that went back to the NES, but Game Boy because he's young.
I just want to say this.
Younger.
I am so glad I got into gaming later than earlier because this would not be an enjoyable hobby for me.
That's
Because
ridiculous.
I don't understand how
Sounds like you're
people
weak.
got from. I don't. How popular was this? I need to know how popular this was
It
for them to
spawned the
have like.
franchise.
I need to know how popular this
Fajon,
was,
there's like 7
or
other
how.
Fallout games.
I know. Listen, I that's what I'm trying to get to. I need to know how popular and how revolutionary this game was for there to be like 6 plus other games because I don't see the wow factor from here to
Okay,
like something like what was the one we playing?
Look,
New
man,
Vegas.
hold
the
on.
the game that
Fallout
came before
1.
this was fucking Pong. Think
97.
about that.
There were other things
So
before this, I'm sure.
Nah,
Fallout
Pong.
1 was considered a commercial success, selling more than 500,000 copies worldwide.
Yeah.
Ow.
What do you mean how? Because Fajon, this is what they had. There wasn't
Ga-
like Fortnite didn't exist. There's no concept of like a super high tech 3D model open. This was open world. This was an
This is high
open.
tech.
Yeah, like for the time, this is like kind of what games were.
Not even okay. Not even just this, dude. It's just like even the combat. Uh, it pissed me off. Like
You're looking at high tier combat right now in the gameplay.
I know
Me running backwards while Ian shoots with a gun.
So here, let me give you an example of the system requirements for Fallout 1 here, real quick. You needed a 90 megahertz CPU or faster.
That's huge.
You also needed at least 16 megabytes of RAM. Not gigabytes, megabytes.
That's pretty funny.
So this game is very clearly for the time it was made.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure that too. Like that's
So
definitely a
it's
part of it.
gonna be. You're not gonna have fancy stuff. You're not gonna have auto saves.
It's just,
It's
Those also just weren't really a thing.
yeah, like GPUs back then were like ridiculous. Like if you look at the first hard drive, it's like half a ton and held like 8 megabytes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the history of space as it has gotten more advanced is actually really interesting. Like just how small huge amounts
it's
of
like I didn't
space
even
can
know
be
that
held.
again.
It's pretty cool.
Okay.
God rolled.
I'm trying.
I'm sorry,
I'm
the first one was 3.75 megabytes of data.
I'm
Huge.
trying to be lenient. It's
I mean, again, and we talked about it a little bit before the show started, but like Fajon, if you need to sit in on Alex or I playing it and ask questions, that's fine. You could have just done that beforehand. Because I'm probably gonna play a bit after this just to keep
okay.
make more progress. But that's all it really took.
Maybe I just suck.
No.
Maybe I just suck at anything that's not a shooter. I'm that guy. If it's not a
Maybe
sports game or a shooter, I suck.
we just gotta expand your horizons
Well,
a bit.
that's the point of the podcast, Fajon, is to get a
Okay, good.
feel for okay, that's part of it, but to expand your horizons on things you haven't played before. Also, you did fine with Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring. You
What
clearly are
I
better at things
okay
other than shooters and sport games.
that
Oh, that's different. Why is that different?
yeah, cause
Mhm.
that I don't know. I don't know. Dark Souls was different because I played Elden Ring, which is newer, and
Mhm.
I think we covered that top. We covered like this when we were complaining, but it was just a lot
I I will say
more. It was easier.
I'm thinking about it. I think the biggest thing here is so much like how almost all older RPGs, so like 97 before and even a little bit after that, all RPGs are really just a disguised Dungeons and Dragons system. Like
Mhm.
this game is basically just Dungeons and Dragons. Like that's how most early RPGs were made. Is like, okay, how do we take this and just turn it into a game? And it just becomes Dungeons and Dragons. It's here's your eight instead of movement feat, you have AP for everything. That's all it
Okay.
really. At a certain point, that's all it really is. And maybe it's just because I imagine you haven't played a whole lot of D&D, right?
There,
Bear.
was a computer
Oh.
game that was point and click
Mhm.
some for the most part, but it wasn't point and click in the way where like everything was point and click and I had movement points. It was more so point and click is, oh, if I can clicking as much as I want to, or I also had the option to use WASD,
Hmm.
kinda, sorta, to like move around a little bit.
Well, I
It
mean, I was only really saying all that to just say, like, I think a part of your difficulty with a lot of this stuff is also a lack of experience with Dungeons and Dragons as a concept.
oh yeah, like
Like
I don't.
equipping everything, checking menus and inventory items, taking check of things, looting
No, see
bodies. Like
that game I played, dude.
there's
It
a
was
level.
like if you kill something, like if you had nothing, like I'm pretty sure how the tutorial went was like you spawn in
Oh, Isaiah,
as
my stats are on
whatever
screen if you
your
want to look at them.
you
I
spawn
saw.
in as whatever your class was because it was like night and shit like that. You spawn in as whatever your class was. I do not remember the game name, but
Hmm.
it was a free PC game. You spawn in as whatever your class was, and the enemy you fought changed depending on what class you picked. So you would get a specific weapon for your class for you to be able to use as a starting weapon, and it will auto equip it.
Huh.
And then every time you kill something after or you walk over, you loot body, and it open like a whole menu of like the body loot when you scroll over and be like, "Hey, do you want to equip this? Is stronger than the thing you currently have." I don't remember the
Yeah,
name
this
of it,
sounds weird.
but it
This is
was
an
like,
older thing?
it was like,
The
hold
fact
on,
I hear auto equip makes me already think that this is more recent than you think it is.
no, it was like two. If I had to guess, I was. Oh God, it probably was.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Oh God, it was 2014.
What game are you thinking of?
that's not even that old.
Now that I think about it, that's not old at all.
Eh,
I can't remember the name
He's
of it.
not
It was
gonna
like some
figure it
free
out, and
period.
I have
It was
no
like
idea.
it was a computer game, and like I didn't know Steam was a thing. I don't even know how I got a
I'm
whole.
about to say, what, did you get it from like the Papa John's game disc? Like, what are you talking about?
Did
I
you
don't
get
even
Sneak
know.
King?
He did not get
Sounds
Sneak King.
like Neverwinter or something.
It does, but that's I don't think Neverwinter worked like that.
I do not remember. Oh,
Just,
but it,
it's gone
it
to
was
time, and we're gonna have to move
yeah.
away from it a little bit.
Yeah, I would also chalk it up to just unfamiliarity.
It's absolutely
If
listen,
you commit time to it,
you'll get it.
you'll you'll pick it up.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely wasn't this Neverwinter game.
No. It it is absolutely not that bad. And when you sit on Alex or I, whoever you want to hit up about it, or we could all just sit in here after the fact and just play, like just watch and ask questions and we can get it solved.
I did play RuneScape though. Now that I think about it,
Would you play? What?
RuneScape,
There you go.
RuneScape,
Runscape?
RuneScape,
Run escape.
RuneScape.
That's what we thought you said.
He definitely said run escape.
I did play that like
Ape Escape?
2013,
I
2014
mean,
in computer class.
that's kind of close to this in terms of
Yeah.
like structure. It's pretty
Yeah,
close.
I don't know, but I don't know if it was my time was I enjoyed my time more because we were literally in computer class like fucking around.
Yeah.
And like I dead ass had like a homie right every time was like, no, you gotta do XYZ. Pick
Oh,
that up.
So
no,
you needed a backseat gamer, is what we're
Pretty
hearing.
much.
that's
Yeah, because
crazy.
he was like level 100, and I spawned in and I'm like, dude, where the fuck am I?
You're
I
in
got some
the
stuff you
world
can
of
have. Oh wait,
RuneScape.
you can't pick that up. He's like, I got some stuff you can have. Never mind, you can't pick that up.
Too low level, yeah. I mean, but yeah, we will definitely get you up to speed on the mechanics of the game because
Like, how did you
there's literally like five options. There's about five buttons you really need to click.
dude? It was like once I got to the Scorpion area, I ran around that whole little box and I could not figure out where the fuck I was supposed to go.
Okay,
Eh,
I
here's
wait,
here's my question. Hold on. I want to ask something before because this might tie into Isaiah's like hold on a second moment. Fajon, how are you moving the edge of the screen?
by dragging my mouse.
Okay, that's good. That's a start. Okay. I was on
Is
a.
it?
I'm gonna stop there because the way you just described that, I was like, have you not been moving the screen at all, and you thought the
No, I've
entirety of
been
your okay?
no. Okay, so like I drug unless I'm just blind. It just looked like a giant box of sand with like 3, 4 scorpions. I didn't see
Hmm.
any exit. Now I did see like it was like a little rock pile that looked like it was something.
Oh, okay. I think I know what happened to you. You probably didn't make it to the cave. You
Mm,
probably got into an encounter on the world map.
yeah, random event.
And what happened was how you okay, every now and again when you're just traversing the world, you'll get into
Yeah,
just world map events where you'll either get into a fight or meet a trader, whatever. To leave those events, there's a like different shade, like there's like a shaded section on around the edges of the map that you're currently on, and if you click to move over into those sections, when you get there, you'll leave that section. I know. So honestly, I kind of had to figure out the clicking into the shaded section because I had always just been dragging my mouse all the way to the corner until I got like an arrow. That's how I had been doing it. But
Mm.
it's a little bit easier to do. So
that's
you probably never even made it to the scorpion cave they were talking about, unless you had the guy literally take you there.
no. I went and I saw like the little thing that looked like an exit once you made it all the way through the cave.
Hmm.
And then I went through it, and it's just a block of sand with like 3 or 4 scorpions and nothing else.
I mean, then you just leave the way you came in.
Yeah.
I didn't know how I got there got in, to be
You gotta
honest.
open your eyes, man.
Dude, I I
Only
don't know how else to show you.
We got to watch
It
you play.
we gotta
Yeah,
watch
we
you
it
just
play.
gotta
was
watch you play.
literally it looked like dead ass sand. Like this is a block of sand. This is me. It was like a bunch of scorpion. There was a pile of rocks up here. I said, okay, maybe that's how I get the fuck out of here. I made it all the way over here. Try to click on it and see if it did anything. I thought it was a hole that I could dig and crawl down. It did
Okay.
nothing.
So the whole map was just a desert block, right?
It was just a desert block.
You just go to any side
I'm pretty
of the
sure
screen.
you didn't make it to the cave and you were on a
I
event map.
definitely didn't make it to the cave because that was
Yeah.
not a cave. Where it
Yeah.
looked like he was at, it was outside about 190 degrees.
Yeah.
Why do you know the temperature? Also, Fajon, I will say it was very brave of you to show your phone like that because now people know that you love Jesus, and it's very
Oh,
brave.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Knowledge is power.
wait, it's dangerous.
No,
Why is it?
who fucking cares?
Oh.
It's because
What
I
did I do?
I can't believe you would blow yourself up like that by showing the back of your phone. Think of all the info you just gave out about yourself. People are gonna see
Listen,
that one shiny little silver sticker and be like, that's Fajon's
listen,
phone from the In
it's
Retrospect
like
podcast."
it's like 4 coworkers at my job that have came up to me. No,
Uh-huh.
2 that came up to me and said that
Where's this going?
they heard me on their kid's phone
Oh, right, because you're
from
yeah
my phone.
from the Fortnite videos.
And I was like, that's how people found work figured out I did YouTube. And I was like, shit.
I got a new job. They're gonna blow up my spot.
They gonna blow up my spot. I was pissed, man.
Why were you upset? Oh,
No,
there
because
went
I wasn't.
Alex.
Oh,
Just keep going.
Maybe an internet
no,
problem.
because I wasn't man. I was just minding my own business, and he was like, "Man, you do YouTube?" And I was like, "Shit." I was like, "Uh huh. What do you mean I do? I heard you on my son's phone." I'm like, "God damn it." I was like, "Yeah, I do." He's like, "You got 30,000 subscribers?" I say, "Yeah."
Where's this going? You just didn't want the social interaction, huh?
I really didn't. And now it's to the point where it's like every other week, one of them has asked me, "So how I do the YouTube thing
Oh
again?"
no.
And I'm like, "What I
No.
need?" And I'm like, "Dude," it's like what I wanted to do is like, it's like, "Wait, so you make money from it?
Uh-oh.
Is that
There
how
it
you're
is.
able to? Is that how you're able to afford all that stuff, even though you don't come to work?"
That's pretty funny, actually. That's pretty good.
And
I
I'm like,
like that.
I'm like, mind your damn business.
That's fake, but come on, they're really tell me they're wrong though.
They're not.
There it
They're
is.
not. Cause dude, I don't think I went to work like a whole week. since like February of last year.
Why? How do
I've
you still have
always
a job?
I don't know.
Are they just that?
I'm just,
They're just down
I'm
bad for
okay.
people.
It's between like I'm just that good
I'm that
at.
good.
No, I'm not even joking. I'm just
I'm
that.
him.
It's between I'm just that good at my job. It's like, is it like it's a clear difference between when I'm not there and when I'm there. You want to know why?
Hmm.
Because guess what happens when I'm not there? Some shit always gets fucked up. You know how I told you a lighter fell in the thing?
Yeah. Oh,
That
make
happened
sure you're
after
not
I left.
make sure you're not saying
I
anything
know,
you don't want on air. Okay.
I know. You know how the
Okay.
lighter fell
Yeah.
in the what you call it?
Yeah. The
That
explosion.
happened like 30 minutes after I left. I found out about 2 days ago that somebody else dropped a lighter in the stuff
How?
when I didn't come to work one day. Then I also found out a different person dropped a vape and got fired. Not only that, Tuesday I didn't go to work. I came back Wednesday to about 6 people missing. You want to know why? Because they were all pissed because they had to do more work than what they wanted to because I didn't come and I wasn't there to help anybody. I wasn't gonna be anything. I was just supposed to be to help. So 2 people walked out, 2 people quit, 1 person got fired, all in the span of 2 hours.
That's ridiculous. Like that. That's crazy.
Then, then, not only that, I had somebody drop 477 pounds of cheese from a 20-foot drop on the floor.
Oh. Oh, look
The
at that.
cheese that I cut.
I was the one who cut the cheese. It was me all along.
yeah, I don't. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it was like, listen, he's all we got. He's the best we got, right?
It's the best we got.
And I know it honestly is like if I had to think out of like the 16 people that are in there, it's probably like 4, 5 people that actually know what the fuck they're doing.
I mean,
In
that's how
reality,
most jobs go. No, I mean, sadly,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess my supervisor's just like, yeah, he misses days, but god damn the days he here.
things
I
actually happen.
Yeah,
Oh,
so she and the other supervisors probably are going to have to explain to corporate on Monday why the fuck they have lost $2.8 million worth of food in 2.5 weeks.
yeah, that's bad.
It's
That's a lot
a
of
big number.
cheese. That's a lot of cheese.
Yeah, and that wasn't even all that goes in it. By the way, I think the total was like 900 because it's like 477 of one, and then another then like 477 of another cheese of other cheese, but it's like two cheeses split between the 477.
You're
If that
losing
makes
me.
sense.
You're losing me.
Okay, it's
I
three
don't. I
cheeses.
don't need. I don't need the cheese breakdown.
You don't need
I
cheese.
don't. I don't need the cheese breakdown. A
Got
cheese was
400 pounds of
lost.
cheddar.
The mice are happy, and that's all I need to know.
Oh God, bro! If we
It was
had
all set
mice,
up by Big Cheese.
Big
it's
cheese.
big cheese. Now it's set up by the bees that are outside taking over the fucking building.
The bees.
Oh, we got bees bad.
Yeah.
There's a smoke area, and there's a dead ass a whole colony of bees.
You think the smoke would
Just
keep them out?
you would think so, but I guess
They
we
love it.
came back
Those
after
bees are
like
addicted to
we had like a
nicotine.
we had a we had like as soon as it hit spring, it hit spring while we went on like a 3 day like break.
Mhm.
So it was like we had Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off, and we come back and did it. There's legit. If I had to guess, like 500 bees that overtook one of the benches in the smoke area
Here, just put in an idea, like a anonymous idea of like we should just start collecting honey
and sell that
and
instead
just
since
and
they
just
can't get
and add that to our repertoire.
she can't get shit together.
You can't. I mean, you can't get it anyway. Just start keeping bees.
Yeah, bro, and they cannot get rid of them because I'm pretty sure the queen is like, because there's like poles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how, but she's like nestled herself inside of the metal pole.
You just pop the top
So
off.
well, no, so it's like they have to. So I don't know how she got it. Where the pole connects is like outside the building, like if I had to
Oh.
guess, like 100 feet in the sky. So somebody would have to get up there for one. Two, have enough spray that it will reach, or either just hope it rains enough where the pole floods. Those are the only options.
Oh, what are you
Like
gonna do?
legit. Those are the only options.
Oh, hey, I guess your
Or
building's run by bees now.
yeah, it's run by bees.
Jerry Seinfeld
Now,
will move in at some point, I'm sure.
but
So,
now,
Alex, now that you're back,
Yep.
tell us about your experience with Fallout so far. How have you been doing?
My experience has been good so far. No,
Mhm.
I've only ran into like some small issues.
that
Actually,
makes me feel bad.
let's see if you know the answer to this. For some reason, whenever I'm in like after you do combat, I'm still stuck in combat.
Yeah. Just turn it off.
That's not normal.
What do you mean just turn it off?
In the bottom right.
Click end combat.
So there's end turn and end combat are in the same little square at the bottom right. You just click end combat.
It's on his stream right now, actually.
Yeah. So if you look at the bottom right and my
Oh,
yeah, you just click end
I
combat.
understand what's happening now.
Yeah.
There's
Whenever I can't
people all the
punch.
way on the other side coming to me.
Oh, well there you go. Never mind then. But also end combat when you're done with fights, because it'll keep you in combat sometimes. Or until you use up all your AP to move, and then it'll just take you out of it because there's no more enemies.
Gotcha.
But go on.
You know, I realized what was happening. There was just a bodyguard just in the very front of the beginning. The game's been fine. I have not been using any guides, so I kind of really went into this blind. I mean, I had a little bit of experience I had when I first tried it, but that I wouldn't even say like, you okay, Fajon?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to
good,
do
buddy?
a bit. I'm trying to do a bit. He made me laugh.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
about to say.
Yeah.
I was
No
about to say your
guides, no
mind is a
nothing.
guide. You played
But
before.
I guess because my 1996 brain is used to floppy disks and not auto-saving, I guess I figured it out.
I knew how to hit escape and then click save
Bro,
game.
No.
that was another thing.
My thing was
Why
I hit
is the
F5.
button escape?
What do you mean?
You have F5 and F6.
That's like every PC game.
Okay, no, that we gotta talk about this. What do you mean?
What?
Why is the button escape?
No. Like, does it escape to take you to a menu?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Have you played any PC game?
No. I know that escape. Y'all are saying escape to save, as in like you press escape and it saves the game.
No.
That's what I was imagining.
No.
There are hotkeys.
There
but-
are, but I never do them. I always hit escape, go to save game, so I can type in what is happening. So when I go to load my saves, I know where I'm loading in at. Because I don't do one file. I rotate my saves.
Rotate.
Yeah, I rotate my saves in case something really bad happens. I can go back.
I probably should do that since something really bad always happens.
see,
to me.
Fajon, Back in
I
our
killed a whole village
God, you
without even knowing.
Okay, to be fair, I will say I think this game is really overly aggressive with you having weapons equipped. I think, okay, you probably didn't know, because someone might have like had text over their head to tell you, but you may have missed it. So if you have a weapon in your slot, like equipped, so you see on mine I have like brass knuckles.
Yeah.
Okay, if I walk around with the brass knuckles on and someone tells me to put it away, and like I don't, or I talk to someone else and don't, then people will just attack you. Yeah. Combat can just start. Also, to switch between your two equipment slots, it's the little red circle above your inventory button on the UI.
Guys.
Because sometimes you'll...
Or your middle mouse button.
Yeah, but I've clicked the full picture before and started combat and then ended it, and people went, "Oh, okay, I see you want to throw hands," and then everybody just comes at me.
Okay, I don't know. Just tell me how to equip. Do you show Is it footage in here that shows how to actually equip a weapon?
At
I
some
don't know
point.
why I have 2 water packs
I was
in my
about to
hand.
ask, why do you were just like here, like, yeah.
Damn, bro, those some big ass Zins.
Yeah.
Very good, very nice.
So
Nice blickies.
thank you, expert. So our expert coming in. So Fajon, to change or equip things, you go into your inventory, which you can just
Uh-huh.
click the little inventory thing below the middle red button, and that'll pull up your full inventory, and you just click and drag items to the 2 equipment slots. I should say,
That's what
I've
you
been playing this game almost entirely with my mouse. I don't use the keyboard at all.
dude, I did everything but that. I opened and I tried dragging it out onto his body. I opened it and I tried this like what was it? You think you opened it with? I like right clicked it to see if that did anything.
Oh, yeah, right
I
clicking. Those things.
I did so
So
much and
right
none of it
clicking
worked.
just changes if you're like looking inspecting something or trying to interact with it or talk or move.
I will say that is a pretty awful mechanic. Having a right click to change what your cursor does, it's not very intuitive.
It's not, but that a lot of games that were like this did do that. Like that's not
Yeah.
uncommon. Like older point and click games was even worse because
Oh,
you'd have to go like pure point and click would have like what does this look like, smell like, taste like, sound like, and you would yeah, it'd be like an ear, a nose, a mouth, or like something else, and you would click on that and then click on the item.
I mean, you can
That
kind of
is
do that with skills in this
weird.
game.
That's true.
That's weird to
Mhm.
say the least.
Oh, also, Feijão, to use your skills in this game, you don't just click on the thing and it's contextual. Like if there's a locked door and you click on it, you won't just start to lockpick it. You have
Dude,
to.
I am getting
You're getting overwhelmed.
no, like
Oh, okay.
that too, but I'm also getting like VHS horror or analog horror from that fucking image of
Dude,
whoever that was on that
I'm
No,
picture.
that is real. That is real horror.
yes.
Who?
I will the all the like the talking heads whenever there's actual people to talk to. I'm not gonna
Like
lie
if
to
that
you.
was in black and white and they put some creepy music in the background, I would think I'm watching some fucking like I don't know, like some analog horror film or something.
I I am going to be completely honest. The talking heads and the way faces and people animate when you talk to them, like the overseer or specific people you can speak to, is probably one of my favorite things about Fallout 1 and 2. I
Just 'cause
I
how it
love the way
looks.
it looks and the way it animates.
It does have a charm to it, yeah.
It's easily my favorite part of the game. Also, like it like when you talk to Aradesh for the first time and like his little like weird dialogue mannerisms. I don't think I can't name like another game that has done something like it. Where he's like, yes, yeah, and it like he actually means it, or it like I don't know, like the way people voice act in this game, and maybe two, but it's been a little while for two. I don't know. It feels like so much more like real than some other things.
I get what you
Certainly better than you Assassin's Creed Shadow, but that's not a hard bar to go over from the things I've
Oh,
seen
shiitake.
on the internet. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh man, I see you're getting bodied in this footage.
Um, yeah, I do this for a while until I just come back to it later.
It's so hard.
Yeah, I get kind of wiped.
So how easy is this story to even understand in this?
It's
Really,
pretty simple, honestly.
get water chip,
Like
and
well
then
no, I
after
mean
that, oh, is
in
there?
I have to assume that cutscene at the beginning was the only cutscene.
Well,
For the most part, until the end.
yeah,
Okay.
kinda. There's
I
Cutscenes are
figured.
significant
yes,
back then.
yes. Cutscenes denote significance is happening in front of you and are rare.
Okay. That's all I had. I just have to suck it up like a man.
I mean, you don't gotta suck it up. Like again, when you sit in, you'll get all the tips and tricks you need to actually just start playing the game. It's really not that bad.
Dude, my eyebrow lashes are way too big. It looks my eyes are closed and I'm sleeping. Guys, I'm awake.
Yeah, maybe it's because you haven't eaten in days,
That too.
like a fool.
Everywhere information should have been
But
working. Another 15,000.
other, the heck was any of that?
I was like, I'm gonna kick his ass.
Well, I was gonna ask a question, and then you said that. And I'm like, all right,
Go
let me
on.
not say anything.
What's the question?
Okay, well, go ahead.
So-
go ahead.
So I'm kind of in a spot. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing right now.
Find the water chip.
Yeah, I went to the vault. Vault didn't have it.
Correct.
Went back to Shady Sands.
Uh-huh.
Went back to now I'm in Junktown.
Okay.
Got Ian. I got my dog.
Right.
Okay.
Also, getting Ian, fantastic. Saved so much ammo.
Oh yeah, companions are super useful.
If you use
Okay.
ammo. Like this guy.
Well, what are you, melee build?
Actually, that's not true because the power fists in this game use an ammo type. There's actually not just free.
Yeah, use a shotgun shells.
No, it uses small
does it?
batteries.
Oh,
Yeah, I had to buy a bunch so I
Oh.
can use it. Yeah, it kind of sucks,
Okay.
but oh, actually really funny about that. So, in terms of guides, I said this earlier, but I'll see it again for the recording. I have used not so much a guide so much as I googled what punch weapons are even in the game, and there's like 4 options. There's brass knuckles, a rock, spiked brass knuckles, and then the power fist.
Really?
Yes, those are the only
I was a
4.
rock.
Why?
Even-
Don't know, but that
As
was
melee
listed.
weapons?
No, like unarmed
or
weapons.
unarmed.
Oh, okay.
Specifically unarmed. There's a lot more melee variants.
There's a really cool one in 2.
There's some stuff, but unarmed does not have a lot, and I always know they don't because Bethesda and the people that make the Fallout games hate unarmed players, so there's nothing for us. So I knew it was fine.
Hold on.
I knew it was fine
New
to look at.
Vegas.
Yeah, okay. New Vegas is the one exception to the rule. Sorry.
Bethesda hates everything.
I will, but so I then immediately ran to where I could find them, which is buying it from the gun runners at the boneyard.
Okay.
I spent. You want to guess how much in-game currency I had to barter to get the power fist?
15,000.
80. That's close actually. 80 of its ammo type, and then spiked brass knuckles just in case that I can't afford anymore.
So
It's close. 15,000 of in-game currency is close.
anybody else? Any guesses?
Anybody else want to guess? It's a lot. It's a lot of money.
I'll stick with that.
4,000 caps.
No, it was 10,950, I think.
10,000 gonna be my first answer. I overshot. I
It
didn't
was my inventory was really full before, and then when I got done,
really empty
it
out.
was empty. I still have like 1,200 caps though because I bartered with two 10mm pistols, 2 knives, 3 leather armors, all the ammo for everything, a deagle, and like every gun in my inventory and its ammo because I was never gonna use it. It was pretty funny. Just I was like, man, I'm really rich. Oh man, I'm
Alright,
really
the real
broke.
real question here is technically,
Mm-hmm.
figure it out. You're not a complete idiot like I am.
And
Or
you're-
a Zoomer.
Okay.
How long would it technically take you to beat this if you know?
If you know what to do,
Yes, or does it, or like you can kind of figure it out
Isaiah.
as you go. If you
The first game, if you like go through, like try to see everything, try to explore everything, I'd say it's probably like 20 hours.
okay.
But
So
if you know what you're doing, you can beat the game really fast.
Because, and I'll backpack on that, or piggyback off that, because the locations for mission critical items are always in the same place. So you could just go. I will say this, on the overworld map, if you get to like a square that's empty and stop there, you can just click to go into that square and see if there's anything there. So there are some mission critical items that aren't like marked on the map. You do have to click into that tile on the overworld to find it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. And then like I think speedrunners don't even like get the water chip. I'm pretty sure the speedrunners beeline for the final dungeon, sneak their way in, and then just tell some guy he's dumb, and that's the end of the game.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. Mm-hmm. Oh, I should ask up front. Of the, I guess I want to ask Isaiah because he knows, because he beat the game. Alex and Fajon, what do you know about Fallout 1 before actually playing it? Because I'm sure like just ancillary knowledge has come by you of like
What I know
characters.
about it?
Yeah, like of characters or like things you've heard. Well, you've actually never played any Fallout other than New Vegas because I screamed at you for like 20
The
minutes to play it.
only I
So,
think
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Fajon.
Fallout around the time they started doing. Oh my god, what was it? Fallout. It was around the time whatever Fallout came around out after Elder Scrolls. You know which one that was?
Around Elder Scrolls, like
It
Oblivion or
came out like
Skyrim?
after Skyrim. My bad.
After Skyrim?
Yeah, it was like one that was like after Skyrim, and it was like
It would
real
have
mod
been
heavy.
it would have been New Vegas or 4. There wasn't one. Uh,
Four,
yeah, okay.
four, four was the first Fallout I ever heard of, and then I think the name was like
Ever
obscure. I
heard
thought it was
of?
the first. Yeah, I thought it was the first game.
Really?
You
To
thought
be
the
honest with you.
fourth game was the first one?
Well, I didn't know it was a fourth game.
I
So I
thought
figured out
Battlefield
it
1
was
was the
four.
first game too.
How'd you not know it was the fourth one? It was called Fallout 4.
Like
Did you
I
only
don't know how
hear
to.
about it through word of mouth and people were like, "There's a Fallout
It was
game"
like
or something?
Did you
Like,
think
yeah,
of it like
it
it
was
was Star
like
Wars?
it was like word of mouth, and then I like clicked on a random like the Rad Brad video, and was
ooh,
like
That's a
that
that's a name I
that
haven't heard in a long time.
that. Listen, when I was broke, I see. This is what. Remember when I said I like watched some of like Far Cry 3? I'm pretty sure like I watched it, I just don't remember because I watched it long ago.
uh-huh.
This dude plays everything. Like he has a complete walkthrough for every like triple A, even double A game you could honestly think of. Any game that has any type of like audience, he's played it. He has 9,000 videos
That's a lot.
on his channel. 9,000 across 15 years. The first playthrough he ever did was Modern Warfare 2, like the complete story.
Okay, sure.
And then the second one was Dead Rising. He also did Halo Reach. But
Buried
his whole thing is,
360.
yeah. So he just does playthroughs of everything. I found out about it too because I used to watch a lot of stuff. I think he's the reason I put Silent Hill on here actually because he had a catchphrase that went "fuck you chair" because the chairs will always get in his way while he was trying to like
Mm,
run from shit.
yep.
So he had a catchphrase that was "fuck you chair." That's why I put out. That's specifically why I put this on here on Silent Hill on there. But after Silent Hill, I just started watching shit. So like between me not having like access to like a console or just not buying one, or like me just not being able to afford some of the games at the time, I n- learned about a lot of games through him. Like Dead Space, I only know it because of him. Never played a Dead Space game, but I know the enemy types. I know the general story, so on and so forth.
I kind
Never
of
played a Dead Space game.
okay. I don't think that's a bad thing because hindsight's only 2020 when it comes to stuff like that. But that does kind of suck because like
It kind of spoils it.
a little bit like I would like to do Dead Space on here at some point, like put it on the list whenever it clears up. Because
Well,
I think the thing about that game, to be fair, I think the remake helps a lot because the gameplay is just way better in the remake. Like it just feels better. But
Hmm.
like the twist of the game is literally the carrying force behind the whole thing. And to know that without like experiencing playing through that
well,
entire thing and dealing with everything only to get to the end for your twist is really
well, if it helps,
hmm
I if it helps, again, that was.
a long time ago.
Let me see what year he recorded this. I'm looking exactly.
You look at this channel.
Yeah, I'm on it. Just looking at some stuff. This was in 20. I was 11. I was like 10 or either 11, depending on what month
Oh,
it
okay, so
was.
it has been a
So
good while.
yeah, it's been a big good while. So
A big
here's
good
your,
while.
but I do remember it's been a big good while, like you said. But like I said, I remember character names. I remember some things that happened. The plot twist is not ringing out the top of my head right now.
I'm sure this is
So
such
what
a
happens is,
yeah, I was gonna say yeah. Because honestly, I'm sure the second like we would start to play, you would get to a point and go, I remembered what it was now.
Yeah,
It's like,
that was
okay.
if I played it, I would remember what it was.
I
It was
will say,
like
you know what? Sorry to cut you off. I think if we did do Dead Space, we'd have to do the remake, and we would do an extended version of Dead Space because I'd want you to get the secret ending in the Dead Space remake. Because
okay.
the remake adds an ending that I think is a way better way that game should have ended. I think it's a really good
That's it.
ending.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. There's a secret ending. Because on your second playthrough, they add these little items that you find throughout, like collectibles throughout the entire ship. And if you get them all and then beat the game, you get a different ending cutscene that leads into two.
Oh,
Because Dead
oh,
Space, because Dead Space 1 and 2, spoilers, I guess, for Dead Space 1 and 2, like one original ending gives you no like cliffhanger to go into two. Two just starts and you're like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. Like, I feel like the thing that happens at the end of one does not give you any ability to make a sequel because it's so like open-ended in the worst way. But the secret
dude,
ending actually leads into it way better. It makes way more sense.
what the dude? I'm scrolling on this goddamn channel,
Get off his
and
channel. You're making content right now.
I see. No, no, it's relative. I
It's wrong.
see
I
Duke
see
Nukem
greens
Oh
of
my god.
Forever,
green.
He
and that
he
was the first game
he played through
I
Duke Nukem
ever.
Forever.
Yes,
That poor
that was
man.
the first I ever personally purchased because I thought it looked. What 10-year-old me thought that
Oh,
shit was
fajon,
cool.
no,
I
no.
played it because I saw him play it.
You spent money on that,
It was so cheap. By the
dude.
time I brought it,
I feel so bad for younger you. There were so many things out at the time you could have picked instead.
yeah, it's a lot of stuff like Shadow of the Colossus.
Well,
That's something I forgot about, but I vaguely remember.
Shadow of the Colossus is goated, one of the best games of all time.
Still never played it.
I know.
Need to though.
Yeah, you
I
do.
haven't played it,
Put it on the wheel.
but on
On
the
the
wheel.
wheel.
The wheel is the answer to everything.
I
Nah,
feel
I
like we
don't
need to
have.
change up the wheel a little bit though.
What do you mean?
I don't have a lot.
Instead of having all 30 games on the list,
Mm-hmm.
We'll pick a boat
we just throw 3 games that we want from each person.
3?
every time.
Okay, just make it a third each.
Yeah, but we can change
Hmm.
it, but it changes every wheel spin.
But why,
Wait,
why doesn't the person just pick? But like, if I want FF8, why wouldn't I just pick FF8 every time?
you could, you
Or
can.
could
That's what
I?
I'm saying, it's a change. I mean, if you really
Huh.
want to, you can.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's like maybe it's something that came. I guess he's saying like maybe something popped up in your mind recently that you want to put on there instead of that.
I
I think we
mean,
can do that.
Because we
Also,
can still keep the list, but like, I feel like we
Also-
have such a wide variation of games.
Yeah, but I think that's more or less the point. Can we do like 2 per person? I think 2 makes it like fill out a little better.
Yeah,
I just don't want to look at a wheel that's literally like 1/3. It's just these huge. Because I want to look at a wheel that when it starts to slow down, I don't know if it's gonna cross the line or not. I feel like if you're
Oh,
on
man.
a third and it slows down towards the beginning of someone's third of the wheel, it's like, okay, I guess we're playing, I don't know,
Yeah.
Blinks the Time Cat.
I
Time
also
Sweeper. Put some
have.
respect on his name.
No, I will not, because
Fuck.
that cat is garbage. And
You fuck you. That game's great.
everybody knows that cat's garbage. Don't worry about it.
Don't you dare say that trash again.
Absolutely.
Well,
I will come over to your
Match.
house and I will tickle you.
Oh, I don't like that. Yeah, Fajon was laughing, then he stopped laughing with her tickle.
He's gonna be that's why he's gonna be laughing when he's getting tickled too.
I will say, so,
oh,
does anybody have any final things they want to say on Fallout 1 so far? Before we just move into
I-
the post show?
I don't, but I do have one thing I want to say. Because
Go on.
Alex brought up updates and ideas, and I want to say something too.
Okay.
I think
Wait, is this about Fallout 1?
every yes,
Oh, okay. Technically.
I think who game choice was this? This
Mine.
was yours, right? You chose
Absolutely, it
this.
was mine.
I think something we should start doing.
Uh-huh.
Is,
You want to limit me, don't you? You want to take
no,
my
no, no,
power
no,
away
no,
from
no,
me
no,
because I ruined your
no,
life?
no, no. I think something we should start doing
Games to have
is
autosave.
also
Also,
the like.
Also,
Also, I think something we should start doing is whoever
mm-hmm.
whoever game it is that it got selected, right?
Right.
Should do like general research to find like hot topics or trending topics that were for that game, like things people consistently talk about, and they should ask those questions.
I think I get
keep
what
your fine example.
I think I get what you mean, but I think the one.
Like trivia questions. If that
Oh,
makes sense.
okay. I mean, does
Why?
This is why. Because one of these, depending on if the next game is something I get, I'm just telling y'all ahead of time. I'm
Uh-huh.
going to do a Fajon secret word.
that's fine. I think that
Fuck is
absolutely.
that?
No, hold on. I think we're done talking about Fallout 1, so I'm going to fade over into this.
Yeah.
All right.
Is this like?
I
Why do we
think
need like
no.
sex safe words?
I think I know what he means. He's trying to add not flavor, oh, yeah, flavor a little bit to it, but like you want more topics overall, I'm imagining, right? From these.
Yeah, kind of like so. Like, let's say we get Silent Hill. For
Sure.
example. Y'all wouldn't know this, but for example, my goal would be to get y'all to say the name of a certain enemy type. Just for example.
Oh, okay. I was
Without y'all
honestly, Sean, I was about to get really upset. Like
What?
unreasonably so, because I thought you were gonna say you guys don't really know Silent Hill. So I was about to lose it. My brain was like, "Excuse you? You want to try that again?"
You dare defame me in
Oh
such a
man,
way?
dude, my brain.
But no,
I was about to get so unreasonably upset for the stupidest reason.
no, but I was like, it would like, I would purpose like, y'all wouldn't know this, but for example, like Fajon secret word, and I would purposely try to get y'all to say like, enemy type. Whoever says it first gets a
Is
point,
Silent Hill 1
and
or
if you
2?
get it, huh?
Silent Hill
I
1
think I
or
put
2? 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it Pyramid Head?
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, oh, was it?
Well, yeah, it's one of them.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I know, but like, is
That was-
that not?
Oh, is that the one I was thinking at the time?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
that's not. That's not.
Good on
But
you for not
I was-
picking the most popular enemy type that's ruined
Yeah.
Silent Hill.
But no, it was just an example. And since that would be the case, I would have an award for whoever gets the most points for saying. That would just be my personal thing.
Okay. I
So
mean,
you want to gamify
our
the
game.
game.
Yeah, gamify the game.
I mean, I don't hate that. It's just on certain things, it's definitely going to be a little bit harder to do.
Oh, definitely. I don't know what we're gonna do for Fallout. Good luck.
But no. Well, I mean, nothing really. I'm not doing anything. We're here to talk about
Oh, I got
Fallout.
something.
We're here to talk about plot.
Talk about the game.
Yeah, which a
Yeah,
lot of the
we'll talk about how Fallout 1 led into the other Fallouts.
Yeah, please.
because
I
it
still need to
does.
figure out
'Cause it does.
I'm looking at you, Tandy.
At least two.
what is a Tandy.
And New Vegas.
He's one of the most important characters in Fallout history.
You know about Tandy, right, Connor?
Yeah, it's been a little while, but I remember a little bit.
And how she leads the revolution.
Sure,
Revolution.
if she lives in your game, depending on if Fajon goes nuclear on
You're
Good
not in
Springs,
the-
like he did on Good Springs.
I'll
Can
probably
you?
kill her.
Oh, I can't. I'd be really interested just to watch Fajon play New Vegas.
What? I mean, he'd have to restart because again, he went nuclear on Good Springs.
Yeah, we watched it. It was pretty
Do
great.
you not remember this?
Was
Oh.
I there for that?
Probably
I thought
not.
you were there.
I,
I
th-
don't
I
know
thought I know we've talked about it, but basically, and I think we've said it for the show, but I'll say it again because it's hilarious. When Fajon started playing New Vegas, he walked into the Good Springs bar, and the dog barked, and he got freaked out and shot it in the face, and then he immediately ran outside.
Cheyenne.
Yeah, he shot Cheyenne right in the mouth, and then he freaked out, ran outside, and then everybody in town got pissed of him. So he like ended up just murdering everyone in Good Springs.
What the fuck?
It was really funny to hear. I feel like
Hey, listen.
I feel like the only reason he even won that fight is because he had all of the DLC extra weapons that you start with.
Alice, listen, dude. I walked it. You, Alice, listen at this. I'm gonna do exactly what happened to me right now, live action. Me as a player, talk to an old man outside. I walk
PD?
into a saloon with the gun
Okay.
in my hand. A
Uh-huh.
big ass dog immediately barks at me.
Normal sized.
I panic. I shoot the dog.
Yeah,
What the dog doing?
it barked.
It barked.
It
at
barked
me.
at him.
It barked and took steps in my direction like it was about to jump on me. So I shot.
I want to know the funniest part about that whole thing is that the second the dog starts to bark, the lady next to the dog like forces dialogue and goes, "Cheyenne, stay." Like you shot that dog so fast, you stopped the game from stopping you. Like that's the part that always gets me whenever we think about this. Like you were so quick on the trigger. That dog has scared you on a genetic level. And so you couldn't stop yourself from shooting at that dog.
Bro, you don't understand.
Ooh.
I walked in,
Mhm.
and like the fact that so realistically, if she wasn't there, that dog would have bit the shit out of me. So
But it wouldn't
I
be
wasn't-
there.
No,
That dog is only there because the lady's there.
I'm that guy that
You
when
are that
tell
guy.
me,
You're that
"Hey,
murderer and that
when
dog
my
shooter.
No. When you tell me come in, my dog doesn't bark. The second my dog doesn't bite, the second that thing charges at me, it might get tased or pepper sprayed.
Why do you just carry a taser or pepper spray on you for dogs?
Why are you just ready to tase a dog?
I'm ready. I'm ready to tase and pepper spray people, but the dog can get it too.
Dog could get it too. There was no species
Do we need
safe
to
from
unpack
me.
some of the trauma here?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
you want to talk about it, champ? That one time with a dog.
A couple
One time
times.
at band camp.
I stayed in the hood. I used to be in the trenches, man.
I used to be
the
in
amount of
And then I
the
played.
amount of pit bulls and
I-
Rottweilers.
I used to be in the trenches, and then I found Fortnite, and I got out.
That's exactly what happened.
No, I used to be in the trenches. Now I build the trenches.
No, I built them.
Nah, Bill. That's
No,
exactly what happened.
I
dude.
built myself up away from them.
I miss my competitive Fortnite run, bro. I was freaking 14. I was freaking 13, 14. No, because it's 17. I was 17 with freaking 20K in my bank account in high school. I didn't know what the fuck to do.
Start a YouTube
I
channel,
was- yeah, I did.
Yep. and now you got this stupid podcast.
I love this podcast.
I also enjoy it, but I know it's dumb, and that's what makes it great.
But nah, dude, I was like, dude, I got so much bad trauma from getting chased by Rottweilers and pit bulls. Like riding, dude, I was riding them. I remember vividly riding my bike one day,
Of
and
course
my
you were.
chain popped as one of my neighbors. Uh, what was it? I think they had a.
It was a dog. We
What's the
you
one?
don't you don't
What's
got to be specific.
no. You have to know the
Oh,
specifics.
sorry.
You have to. It's not a Rottweiler. It's the thing that looks like a Rottweiler, but it's very tall with the pointy ears. I can't think
Doberman?
of the name.
Doberman.
Yes, that fucker jumped that goddamn fence as my chain popped. I thought my life was over.
You got the chain.
Like,
You were.
no, dude, I immediately ran and climbed up a tree, bro. I was, I climbed up a tree. I didn't know I can get up a tree that
I didn't know
dude.
I could get up a tree that fast.
Dude, I hit, bro, and then my friends just down the road, and like they looking at me and like, is he gonna live? Cause they scared to come back too, cause it's a
Yeah,
big ass fucking dog.
I think you could have taken the dog.
I listen
I
at
think you
that
got to give
time.
up an arm, but I think you can win most dog fights.
The delusion had it kicked in yet from my confidence to be able to fight most animals with my bare hands and nails. I didn't think I could beat a house cat if I needed to
We're
at that
not
time.
we're not doing this again.
I'm just saying.
You still couldn't win most of those fights. But anyway,
Wow, you don't believe in your friend here?
I don't think he could beat a bear. I don't think he could win that fight.
Alice, black bear.
Mm,
Come on, I'm just being honest.
is it a black bear or a brown bear?
Black bear.
It
My
doesn't
little
matter.
brother,
You fucked.
a black bear.
It doesn't matter.
You fucking dead.
It's a bear. Fajon, you're
No,
fasting to lose. You haven't eaten in 2 days to lose weight. What part of you thinks you could take a bear? You already think
right,
you're unhealthy.
right now,
Mentally, you've
right
already
now.
lost the fight.
No. Mentally, that would motivate me because I'll be like, "Fuck, I'm hungry.
You
I'm about to
don't.
eat, but
Oh
we
my!
eating bear tonight.
Shut up. That's absolutely not what would
We
happen.
eating
You'd be
bear
like,
tonight.
you'd be like, oh, I'm hungry, and then you wouldn't be hungry anymore because the bear would be full on you.
We eating bear tonight, boys.
I will say
But that's all
before
I had.
before we end, because
Out there.
I think we're in a good
Just
spot
when
to
I need it.
stop. The I did want to bring it up because I brought it up in the Discord, but I never saw many responses. If we want to start doing co-op things, would we want to try to
Oh, I
do
forgot.
Elden Ring co-op with the convergence mod? Because I'm not playing that game. I'm not playing base game anymore.
What's convergence?
Exactly.
Overhaul mod.
Yeah, it's pretty much it. It's a big overhaul mod that it
Is
changes.
it gonna hurt more?
No, it changes the game.
Might be way easier
It
even.
actually might be way easier because so here are the biggest differences that I remember. Classes are different, and your starting locations are different depending on what class you pick. Also, armor adds stat points to certain things themed with different classes. So,
Mm.
and the biggest change that I think is probably the coolest one is that when you start,
Transmog.
transmog is huge, but that's not what I mean. The transmog is huge because I get to wear the Lord of Frenzy head the whole time I can't see anything. What you can do how it works is when you pick a class and you start in your specific place, you have an item that tells you go fight these bosses to get the next step up in your gear for that class. So like
Oh,
when I picked the frenzy mage or frenzy person class, one of the people I needed to beat to get the next level of gear was Vike as the Phantom, or Fingerprint Vike up in the mountains. There's also new bosses, and locations have been remixed to be very different.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's really cool. It really does change a lot of the game, and I think it'll help a lot because we won't have to we'll still be beelining to different bosses, but we'll be beelining and not missing plot because there is no plot anymore. It's literally just go fight bosses and like get better.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Uh those are the biggest things with convergence. I don't know if it changes the DLC area at all. I don't.
It was not done when me and Bryce played through it.
Hmm. Oh, so they are making changes to the DLC.
But yeah, there are stuff.
Oh.
Maybe it's done now. I don't know.
I'll check, but if we want to like organize that, maybe someday coming up to just try it
Okay.
out, we could do something.
Wait, tomorrow
Um,
or the following Sunday?
I'm trying to think because I might have some. I might just cancel something tomorrow that I have planned because I need to kind of catch up from my Arizona drive. Like I still need to do laundry and things like that. So I had originally had a plan for tomorrow, but I might just ask if we can not do it, and then we could plan to play Convergence a little bit. Or we could all just
Okay.
we could all get into a call and figure out, make sure everyone's putting the mod in correctly and getting seamless co-op all up.
Gonna need that.
Yeah. So
Coming
you know,
correctly.
I'll send out that message about doing that, and we can figure out for tomorrow if we want to try.
Okay.
Works for me.
Yeah, but other than that, I think we are all in a good spot. Fajon, if you want to hang out in here afterwards and ask, and I can show you some stuff in Fallout, or Alex can show you, we could both show you. It's all good. But I think we have we've started to make progress, and none of us have exited Act 1 of Fallout 1. So,
There's ads.
kind of. All right, I'm gonna end it.
What do you mean there's X?